Well, hello everyone and welcome back to 48 Now. I'm digital host AJ Wiest and you can catch Huntsville native Chris Wiley tomorrow, Tuesday night on Wheel of Fortune here on Channel 48. And in the station today is the man himself, Mr. Chris Wiley. Chris, how are you doing today?
Couldn't be better.
That is right. That is so good to hear. And we are certainly getting excited about tomorrow night. But first, Chris, take me through how you landed this awesome opportunity to participate in Wheel of Fortune.
So I was sitting at home alone and watching the show. At the end of the show, it was like, do you want to be on Wheel of Fortune? If so, apply here. And I had nothing else going on, didn't really expect anything from it, but I went on ahead and applied. And then a couple weeks later, got an email saying, hey, we want you to audition. And then here we are now.
Absolutely. Did you grow up a Wheel of Fortune fan?
Oh man, I was growing up watching Wheel of Fortune with my grandma every single day. We did not miss an episode.
Very, very awesome. So is this your first time trying out for Wheel of Fortune or any other game show?
Yeah, actually, this was my very first foray into the being on camera and game shows themselves. Now I've gotten bit by the bug.
That is super, super cool. What was it like just meeting Ryan Seacrest and Vanna White? How were they in person?
So Vanna White rolled up. We were sitting with producers in hair and makeup. Vanna came in at about 6 a.m., completely dressed down, had me do a double take as soon as she hit the door. But she was super personable, super sweet. Really just cared about getting to know each of us and just sharing her experience with the show and getting us excited for what we were about to do.
Well, very exciting. And any stories on Ryan Seacrest at all?
So without giving too much away, Ryan's a big Georgia Bulldogs fan, and I'm here in Huntsville, Alabama. That's not going to fly with me. So we had a little bit of ribbing back and forth, and I think that's going to come across on some TV. But no, that's my second time meeting Ryan. I had went to an audition for American Idol back in high school, and so I got to meet him and some of the producers there, but obviously he didn't remember me. That was a long time ago.
Right, absolutely. That is hilarious. So I'm assuming you're a Crimson Tide fan?
Absolutely.
Got to. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So how long was the audition process, and what was the hardest part of it?
Honestly, the auditions weren't that hard. The first audition lasted maybe an hour. I was actually doing it at work in a conference room during my lunch break. Basically, the first one was getting to know me and my story and talking about my wife and kids and, you know, growing up here in Huntsville. And then about a month later after that, I got a second audition, and it was a group audition where they had us trying to do certain puzzles and stuff like that they had created with giving us a couple of letters. We had about 10 of those to do, and then it went super quiet for months. And I was like, they didn't pick me, which I was okay. You know, I didn't expect out of millions of people in the world to be the one that they chose. But the day after my birthday, I got an email, and I was sitting in that same recliner. I was at home by myself, and chills just hit my body. And it said, hey, here's your tape date. Be here in a month, basically. And I immediately called my wife and freaking out, and you know, a month later we were in LA.
Super, super cool. It's like you almost gave up hope there. You were like, I didn't get picked, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, you're picked, be here in a month.
It was completely a shock. We were super excited. Never thought I'd go to see LA. You know, we're on the other side of the states, but super glad they chose me, and we had a lot of fun while we were in LA.
Very, very true. And so what is airing tomorrow? Around when was that filmed?
My tape date was September 26th of 2024.
Wow. I don't know how you did it. I would have had to tell everyone I know. I don't know how to keep that a secret. I'm so bad at keeping secrets. Yeah, but so I definitely have to applaud you for that. But where did your love for the show stem from growing up?
My grandma and I had a really close bond, and she's no longer with us, but she helped basically just kept me enthused, kept me pushing to be the best that I could be, really. And because Wheel was something that we did together, I never stopped watching and have always been a fan and will always be a fan.
And when you first arrived on the set out in LA, what was just going through your mind at that time?
I had hoped that I would represent myself, my family, Huntsville proud. Just really having my personality shine through in my interactions with those on camera and off camera.
Yeah, very well said. And tomorrow, I know there's a watch party for you in Meridianville at a restaurant.
Yes, sir.
Talk a bit about that watch party. Who is all attending, and what can we expect?
So basically, I reached out to La Fuente in Meridianville and said, "Hey, you've got a party room. Can we get some TVs?" Unfortunately, the party room was booked, but they were so excited and behind me the full way that they're reserving half the restaurant for us, and said that they're prepared to go even more than that if we have a big show out. So got a lot of family, a lot of friends coming through, and we're advertising it nonstop on social media. So hopefully we can pack the house.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And Chris, you're also a social media campaign manager and a blogger with Culinary Food Reviews.
Yeah.
Talk a bit about that. Have you always loved food and cooking?
Absolutely. Food's been a big part of my life, and we actually mentioned that on the show. It's a food-themed show. So food, I've started in restaurants, started cooking, and really it's something I enjoy doing with my kids, and sometimes my wife when she lets me have the reins a little bit. But no, we're big foodies. I love helping out restaurants, old and new. So my blog is all about just bringing attention to what's opening or what's been open for a long time that people may have forgotten about, and trying to get just more business for those guys and keep Huntsville businesses around.
Very nice. And what is your favorite part of the job?
Just meeting everybody. I love going and seeing how things are done. Sometimes I'll get back in the kitchen and get some big tips or something from chefs, and sometimes I'll give my feedback back after I enjoy their food. And just really just getting to know everybody and sharing some of my experience.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, that's all the questions I have for you, but if maybe I didn't ask something you'd like to further add, please feel free. But once again, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
And
Yes,
catch the one and only Chris Wiley on NBC's Wheel of Fortune tomorrow night. You're just not going to want to miss it. Well, Chris, thanks again.
Thank you so much.